Hello. In this video, I'm going to be talking about why I quit trucking. Right. My last video was me talking about how great trucking was, I think. And it's been a while since I posted a video, I know, but I quit trucking. And there's a few reasons. I actually have them listed here on my phone because I didn't want to forget any of them. I wrote a lot of notes, so I might be looking at my phone a lot while I make this video. But the main reason I quit trucking was because I wanted to spend more time with my family. Now, the trucking, I think I'll start with what my trucking, I guess, niche was, type of trucking, if you will. I was a regional truck driver. I had a sleeper. I slept in the truck, but I only slept in the truck for one night, and then I would go home, and then I would sleep in my bed for one night, and then repeat the process. So, yeah, I spent a lot of time with my family, obviously, but when I was out, I would be out for 28 hours working for the 2 days, which is a lot of hours just driving. And it takes a toll on you. Obviously, you truck drivers know how that goes. But when I would come home, I wouldn't really be able to spend time with my family. So I would come home and just be a couch potato. I would just be exhausted from driving. And I didn't think that was fair to the family. But I think before I keep going in with these excuses, I'll tell you a little backstory of the job that I had and how I was able to work 2 days, come home 2 days, rinse and repeat every trip. So my first, um, my first company that I worked for was not the company that I'm talking about. The first company that I was going to work for was Warner, but I got a... Okay, hold on. I'm just going to start over. I got all these notes and all this stuff, and I'm trying to, stay with it, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you history of the jobs that I worked as a semi-truck driver, a CDL holder, CDL driver, whatever you want to call it. And then I'll get into the reasons why I quit, and I think that'll be at the end of the video. So, the companies that I started with, and there was actually a few in the 6 months that I did this. 7 months? 8 months? So I got my CDL through my state of Michigan called Michigan Works. So completely paid, didn't pay anything. Although I wasn't getting paid to go to the school, I did get my CDL for free. I didn't pay anything. Through that process, I did my hours. I stayed there, did the classroom, obviously passed. Everything went fine there. And then it was time to look for a job with my CDL license. And I saw people online, there was this car hauler guy, Gen Z G's, yeah, man, I got a... He didn't tell me, but he said on his videos, yeah, I got this job, I got my CDL, and I immediately got a car hauling job. Well, that must have been a couple years ago, because 2024, you can't do that. You can't just go and get a car hauling job. That's not how that works now. So when I went to go for a car hauling job, it was, oh, you need experience. And I think he said he needed experience too, but he got the job because of his brother. I don't know. I mean, if that's true, awesome. awesome for you, man, if you're watching this. But I initially wanted to do the car hauling thing because I knew it paid well. I know I'd be gone for my family, but I know I could bring home the money if I could do that. So it kind of compensated it. Plus, I like driving new cars, so if I could check out a new car, putting it on my trailer and stuff, I thought that'd be really cool. So, anyways, I tried to get into trucking or car hauling. I couldn't find a company that would hire me. They're like, you need to have experience. And I'm starting to understand that now, but when I was trying to get the job, I was really frustrated. It's like, I don't want to waste my time and money or potential of money and work this, you know, work all this time away from my family just to get into the car hauling thing. So I was getting really frustrated, but then I found a company called Warner, and they got me hooked up with a hotel room, everything. They were gonna like drive me down, like on a bus and all this stuff, and I was getting kind of skeptical because it was a Dollar General account, which meant I would have to be gone from my family for a week, but I would have to load and unload the trailer with these, I forgot what they called them, U-boats or something, and they were telling me everything was great and all that, and then they were like, it was, I think it was like 1,500 a week. I thought, hey, it might not be a bad idea, but my family hated the idea, and it was really dragging me down. So for some reason, I thought it'd be a good idea to take them down to Ohio with me. Like I said, I'm in Michigan, so we drove my Civic. I still have that, by the way, my Civic. So for my subscribers that are here for my Civic, I will be having more videos on that. But anyways, I drove the family down there, which was me, my wife, and my kid, which was like one? Yeah, one. And we stayed the night, and in the morning, my family was like, no, this ain't worth it. We need to go home. And I did. We just went home. I paid for the hotel room night, and we left. And I regretted it going home, but I knew it was the right thing because I didn't want to spend a week away from my family, especially with a 1-year-old at home. So I ventured into another trucking company, and they were the kind of the same thing but flatbed, and they were talking about how I can make $1,700 a week and all this stuff, and I'm like, wow, that's a lot of money. But then the family's like, that's too much time away from your 1-year-old. So I decided, okay, we're not going to do that. And so I found an Amazon freight program. Yeah, no, I didn't. I found Schneider because I couldn't find anything else at the time, and I'm like, I really want to make the CDL thing work. And it was regional again. I would be gone for a week, and it was even worse pay than the other one. It was like $1,200 a week. And I didn't really do the math at first, but when I looked at the math after going to the company, after like doing their little, because I didn't have no experience. If you have no experience, you have to like go through this process with the company that's hiring you on, and it's kind of like you're in school again. Like they show you how to park and how to drive the truck and all this stuff. I'm like, okay, whatever. But I was there for 2 weeks, and then I went to my, it was a dedicated account, and the they showed me how everything was working, how I would load the truck, how I would unload the truck with these very old equipment, kind of dangerous, honestly. Old buildings that weren't like made for the trucks that we have nowadays and all this stuff, and you had to like park the truck a certain way, and it was very, very off when I did that one-on-one driving with the other guy. I forgot how they called it, but instructor. No, it wasn't that. It was some weird name, but the guy seemed miserable, and I I didn't see me working for that company. I just didn't. So after that, I came home and I looked for more jobs, and I found an Amazon freight partner. But before I get into that, um, no, yeah, I'm gonna get into it because that other dedicated company, it just wasn't gonna work out. It was a good experience at like at Green Bay, but just the me unloading the stuff and seeing how heavy everything was, and yeah, it just I didn't see how much I would make and how much um, how much time I would be away from the family and everything to make $1,200 a week. I feel like I could do that locally. So I found the Amazon Freight program, and I thought it was a good deal. It was $1,000 a week, on average. It was like 800 one week, and then the next week's 1,200, and then the next week's 800, and the next week's 1,200, and it would be like that because of the scheduling. Because it was 2 days on, 2 days off, 2 days on, 2 days off. And I'm like, this is great because I can come home and spend time with the family, and I can do this trucking thing since I went through this whole process of getting my CDL. So I did that job for 6 months, and it was a good job. I really didn't have an issue with the job or the company. The company was very nice. The boss was very nice. But before I did all the CDL stuff, I was a DoorDasher, and I was like in this gig work. And I don't know if you personally did DoorDash, especially during 2020, it changes your mindset a little bit because it's like you can make some good money and be your own boss, and you can come home whenever you want. And that's kind of the mindset I've had ever since doing DoorDash. So I I quit. I quit Amazon. I wanted to be my own boss again. And the reason I quit was there was a lot of reasons, honestly. But the number one reason was to sleep with sleep in my bed with my fiance every night. I miss that. It was weird going to sleep in a truck with no one around and not seeing my 1-year-old and stuff, even if it was overnight. It just, I don't know. I just felt like that was a lot of time away from my family. And it was. I mean, I would spend, what would that be, 48 hours, uh, 80, 100 something hours a week away from the family. That's a lot of hours. So I quit. And I am actually at home now. And I'm very thankful being at home. And I'm not making a lot of money. I'm not making like $1,000 a week like I was, but I am working, but I'm not. Like when right now my kids are asleep, so well, my kid is asleep, the other kid's outside, so um, my 2-year-old's asleep. So I'm trying to be quiet. That's why my voice is so quiet. But honestly, the main reason was I just wanted to be home and spend time with the family. But there are a few other reasons, and they're on my phone. So spend more time with family. And the other thing was just being a truck driver. It kind of freaked me out because there was this risk of jail time. If for some reason I didn't think I would do this because I had a camera on me and everything. Like Amazon had the best equipment ever. I would highly recommend them if you're trying to get into trucking. But there was this story that I heard about this guy that he looked at his phone for 10 seconds and he blew through a red light and killed the person in front of him because the truck wasn't stopping. It completely just annihilated the car like it was nothing after. And after that, the truck driver, I think he got life in jail. I don't know. Look up 10-second or only 10 seconds or something. If you go to CDL school, you'll see the video. I can guarantee you they probably have it out now. But he looked at his phone for 10 seconds because his wife sent him a listing of a house, and he never should have even pulled his phone out. But I see a lot of truck drivers looking at their phones. It's like, what are you guys doing? So, yeah, there's jail time. Yeah, there's a life that you could take. I just didn't want to take that kind of risk. Although I'm a very safe driver, I've never had any accidents. Although my Civic, people ran into me, um, rear-ended, like rear-ended me, and they backed into my car. I don't know if it's the paint or what, but I'm not the one that started accidents, so that's all I can say. And I'm very happy with my Civic. I like driving a smaller car. I don't want to drive a semi. I don't know. Um, so another reason I didn't want to be in trucking anymore was because drivers, like the semi truck driver community, a lot of them just let themselves go. Like they're not happy. They're mentally drained. They're physically drained. They're overweight. They're like I said, they're mentally not happy. They're rude. You know, from what I hear back in the day with truck drivers, you would be very nice. You'd have a CB radio. My truck didn't have a CB radio because a lot of people aren't on the CB radios, I'm assuming. I don't know. But um, a lot of them, I don't know, they just seemed rude. You know, some of them were nice. Some of them were very nice. But just a lot of them, like, they just let themselves go, and it was so depressing to see. So, and that's every time I was at a truck stop, because I had to sleep in the truck, I would go in to the truck stop, take care of like my hygiene and whatnot, and no one talks to anybody, or it's just, I don't know. Um, and the pay wasn't enough for me to be away from my family. That was the other reason I didn't like being away from, um, like being away from my family for only 1,000 a week. It's like I know I'm not gonna make that now with DoorDash or Grubhub, but um, I just want to be home closer to my family. So I don't know like what I'm gonna do now that I'm home. I don't know if I can do DoorDash and Grubhub full time, but if I can take like my older kid with me. She loves going on the car rides, so I might do that, or I might just be a mechanic because I love wrenching on cars. I haven't wrenched on cars in a while, obviously. Um, but it would be nice to wrench on cars again. It would, and obviously, if you've been in my channel before, this place that I'm at is not the same place that I did my first vlog. And uh, we had to move, and the place that we're at now is this really small one car garage. I can barely get a car in there and open the doors and get out. So there's not a lot of space to like work on the car, or if I have to do like a wheel bearing or anything, good luck. So um, I can't really wrench on cars here. Although I still do on my Civic because it's such a small car. I just do it outside in front of my garage. I still have all my tools and stuff. So if you're interested in car content, I really, really want to get into that again. But it's been a while. So um, and I think I don't know. Maybe I'll do like car repair content on my Civic, although I haven't really had to do that, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm getting off topic. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me see. Another. Oh, yeah, this was kind of a weird one. So, and I feel like a lot of companies are doing this now, but I was. I felt pressured to be a better driver. I was a pretty good driver, I thought. I drove perfect. Um, no red lights. I did run a stop sign, but it was my first day. I'll never forget it. It was so stupid. It wasn't even like a big like intersection. It was like a. Anyways, I ran a stop sign, and I feel stupid for doing it. Um, but I felt pressured, like I wasn't being a good enough driver, and I don't know. Every time I would be in like there was a group chat, and every time I would go in the group chat, it was always the same three drivers on the top of the driving score, I think they called it, and they were like bragging, like, yeah, look how good I am, and all this stuff, and I don't know. After a while, it was like, okay, like I'm not gonna get better as good as you, so I don't know what the point is of this, but I don't know. I don't know. Um, and the last one is I'm burnt out. I mean, working 28-hour days every 2 days, it takes a toll on you. It took a toll on me at least, especially driving a huge semi truck and making sure you're not you're cutting into corners and stuff. It was a lot, and some of the times like I, there was this one time I was on an interstate and we had to take a detour, and my maps, my Amazon maps, um, I think I was using Trucker Path too. None of it was ready for that, and I was taking these really sketchy like roads. No truck should have been down, but I didn't have a choice. I had to get across this section of road to get back on to the highway, and it was sketchy. It was really sketchy. There was a time where it was like really curvy roads, and it was a 2-lane road, and I had to block up the road. It was scary. It was really scary. That's like after that I was done, and then we had the snowstorm. This really bad snowstorm came um, in 2024. It was December, and I started writing out my 2 weeks after that. I was like, nope, that's it for me. Good luck to everyone out there. I don't want to like cause anyone harm. I don't want to hurt this. I don't want to be liable for any accidents or anything. I don't think I would have been, but I didn't want to have that predicament. So, um, yeah, it was very scary situation for sure, for sure. Um, but if you are still thinking about going into trucking, look into Amazon first. They'll even, like the AFP that I found, would actually help you get your CDL and pay you while you got your CDL. So I wish I went down that road initially, but I found it after I did the Michigan Works thing. So, um, yeah, I think uh, I think that's all I got for this video. What am I gonna do next? Well, subscribe. You'll find out. I will make videos. I think my next video is going to be about my Civic and how many miles is on it and the ownership of owning the Civic. So that will be exciting. Um, I'm probably going to do some DoorDash content for a while. I know that sucks, but it's the more than life. You know what I mean? So, uh, if you made it this far, thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Hopefully you found value in this video. If there's any questions you have, drop them in the comments section below and I will try to respond to them. And if you did like this video, please like it. If you didn't, let me know in the comments why you didn't like it. I am trying to like do more content for you guys, so um, yeah, I think that'll be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching.